Hello, everyone. It is almost time, or it is time, to say goodbye to 2022. And usually, when we're looking into the new year, we think of resolutions, or we think of goals, or things that we want to achieve. And this upcoming 2023 is no different. Some of you might have started using a wheelchair just recently, and it's been a bumpy ride for you in 2022, but I assure you that it gradually gets better. So let us take a moment in our family and with friends, or even by yourself, but think of something special that you could do to say goodbye to 2022 and to look forward to 2023 and just start over or just start anew and kind of think of something you would like to do, something you would like to achieve. Doesn't have to be a resolution or a goal, but just something you want to reach for. And I want to be able to give you some ideas and some tips here so that you can kind of go through that list and say, oh, yeah, that one. Oh, no, not that one. Or, yeah, no, that's a bad one. So for you to kind of look through it and just say, oh, yeah, let me try that. So here we go. All right, so here we are. I would recommend, and this is just a recommendation, you can see how much you can achieve. But I would say don't set too many goals or too few, but just enough, just right for you. So everybody is a little different, but for in general, if you wanted me to throw out a number, I would say like 3 good goals that you feel that you can reach for, that you can handle, that you can work through. So here goes my recommendations, just a recommendation list. So the first one, some improvement in your living space. So whether you live in an apartment or a home or just a small studio, what kind of things do you feel like in 2023 you could reach for to improve? Anything that's kind of driving you crazy or is challenging for you in your space, in your living space, and change it. See what you will need to do to rearrange or work through that obstacle. So 2023, what kind of things in your living space would you like to change? Reconnecting or building relationships. Sometimes when we have a big change in our lives or we've struggled for quite some time in a wheelchair to figure things out, sometimes we push people away or people just walk away and because they don't know how to work it through or understand the situation, so they just disappear in our lives. And, that's hard. So for 2023, my recommendation is possibly looking at new friendships and new relationships or to rebuild a relationship you had in 2022, but it just kind of drifted. So try to recapture those good connections. Or the next recommendation is just getting out. Just getting out. The building I'm in is quite large, so I go around in circles. I go up, I go down to the other floors, and sometimes I forget to kind of get out and enjoy the outdoors. So even if it's just going around in circles in the parking lot and coming back, or going out to our little garden courtyard. So just getting out. Where would you like to go? Even if it's just down the street and back, but just getting out, breathing some fresh air, going to a little garden or just seeing or running into neighbors and waving. that can be very helpful. So see if that is a possibility. Try a sport. And here it doesn't matter your age because there are so many sports that are wheelchair accessible. There's basketball, there is soccer, and soccer can be for manual wheelchairs or power wheelchairs, doesn't matter. There is hockey. There is so many sports. So think about something you would like to try your hand out, you know, and see if that could be a booster for you. Set therapy goals. If you're still in therapy, I have to go back in January for therapy. So to set some goals, sometimes that helps the therapist so she doesn't or he doesn't have to create the goals for us. And they have to create their own goals, but they always want to know what the patient hopes for in therapy. So when I go back, I have to have some kind of goals. We're going to be let me see what I call this. I've used a manual wheelchair off and on, and we want it to be a little bit more this time around, and it'll also help me, get in a car, get out of a car. So I'll be working on my skills for the manual wheelchair. Even though I have them, it's repracticing and making sure that I got it. So that's my goal, one of my goals for 2023. So for therapy, if you're going into therapy again or just starting and you're not quite sure, what kind of goals, what kind of things do you want to achieve in therapy? Look at traveling, even if it's a short trip or maybe a long trip. Maybe you want to do a little short trip and just kind of practice and stay over at a cousin's house or, something short that would give you some ideas. Okay, I need to do this and that and the other to be able to do a trip. So kind of think about it. And then practice those small trips so that at some point you can say, okay, I'm ready now for a long trip. I can go all the way over to New York to visit my brother, something like that. So travel. Let's see. Consider some personal improvements. So what could be some personal improvements for you? Is it in the way you dress? Could it be, I'm looking at my list here, could it be getting a service dog? Have you considered a service dog to help you around the home or when you're out? Get your wheelchair all spruced up if there's some kind of change that you would like in your wheelchair or like to take it in to get, it all checked up and cleaned and all that kind of stuff. And, that's kind of a personal thing. Get a better cushion. Sometimes that can be an excellent goal. And you can do that either with your therapist. Sometimes cushions can be covered by insurance. So that might be good. Or if you want to purchase your own, there are a lot of sites out there on the internet in which you can test your hand at choosing your own cushion. So that's a possibility. Getting something special for your wheelchair. I don't know, some kind of decoration, some kind of flag, some kind of stickers that you want, So that would be a nice goal. And my last one is trying something new, completely new, that I haven't thought of, that you would like to say, hey, I have a few pennies saved up and I want to do this. So, or I have put aside some time and I'm going to do XYZ. And I'm going to go with my sister or my cousin or a friend of mine and we're going to do this. So, I've always wanted to do this. So, think of something that you've put aside and you feel like you can't achieve it, but maybe you can. Because sometimes we tend to block ourselves, and say, oh, no, I can't do that. Oh, no, I can't do that either. And sometimes it's all in our head. So we have to be careful of saying to ourselves No, I can't do that, you know. And, you know, I'll put myself as an example. I'm very low energy, and with my conditions, it just, you know, I get wiped out very easily. So I have to put aside minutes to do this and minutes to do that, and then I have to rest in between. So, but it isn't that I can't do it. It's that I have to make sure that I put a short period of time to do XYZ and get it done. This morning I had dumped some, or yesterday I dumped some sweaters and jackets on my bed. So today my goal was to put all those sweaters and all those clothes back in my closet. So and then I had to rest. But that's the way it goes, you know, in moderating my own energy and making sure I get through the day. So with all of that said, think of some goals that you would really like to reach for and work on. And you don't have to exactly do it by yourself, not at all. So think of, you know, something that and put it down below, you know, share it with us. It would be great to see how many things that we get done in 2023 in terms of our self-worth and building ourselves up a little bit and making sure that we're going forward. Nothing about getting stuck or getting lost or that we just can't do it, you know. We have to work on not saying that word, I can't, or that sentence, I can't do it. So I try to avoid that one. So I truly want to wish all of you a better, safe, happy entrance to 2023, and that you look forward to something new, to something that you're going to reach for, that you're going to work for, to make 2023 a special year for you and those who you love. If you are new to my channel, my name is Lisa, and this is Power Wheelchairs for Success. I want to wish you a very special Happy New Year, and I'm hoping that we can give you support and insights and guides to life using a wheelchair. So stick around, make some friends on our channel, like any videos that you found helpful. And if you feel like this channel will be good for you, feel free to subscribe, and that way you'll get a notice and when I post my next video. So Happy New Year, and hope to see you in the next one.